Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead. So this will be from the 2nd to the 9th of December 2024. If you want to book in your 2025, it's available below. Check it out. It covers the year ahead. It gives key guidance. There's also deep coaching for the most invested. And there is also audio reads, career reads, everything, different budgets for different people. Like the video and comment, and if you want to join the community, it's £10 a month. So you will get unique content, but it's £10 a month at this time. Right, okay, so there's a lot of messages coming up for Sagittarius this week, which is if you're cross-watching, I feel like a Sagittarius has really hurt you. And a message that I heard was that God will come for his retribution. So what it means is this Sagittarius who's done this to you, can you see this? So this is a person who feels betrayed, they feel destroyed, this is a person who maybe has become isolated due to what this Sagittarius did. What this means is that this is a person who's deeply traumatized or betrayed another human being. Okay? And the message here is that, don't worry because karma will be served. Okay, and I think humans are being told this. I mean, I think you can see in all of the stuff that's happening in the world that, I feel like it's the devil, but it's also God's wrath. It's like he's going to show them all, whether it be British, whether it be Spanish, whether it be Middle Eastern, he's going to show us all. And I think a lot of people are preoccupied with that this is some kind of demonic war. It's like, don't be so sure. God doesn't like when his children run around acting like idiots and not taking responsibility. And so I don't think it's all demonic, right? But a big message is, for some of you Sagittariuses, I heard you laughing. And I feel like what's coming for you, laughing is not the thing you're going to be doing at the end of this. Okay? So someone has deeply, deeply betrayed another person. They've deeply, deeply wounded or traumatized. This could be anything from rape to cheating to just something that really, really hurts a person. I feel like there will be karmic retribution or legal retribution. Okay, so for those who are cross-watching, I feel like it's time to stop going, you're hating yourself. Someone is hating themselves, and I think it's because they keep doing the same pattern. Okay, so this can be like living in isolation, destructive thinking, living too much in the past. A person who hates themselves keeps going back to the same pattern and expecting a different outcome. Okay, some of you, the thing you need to end is a career or a job. Okay, so what's hating you? Something is mentally torturing you, something is really damaging for the mind, and I think it's a job that you have to go to. But this job is just not good for you. And I think it's for Sagittarius as well, because Sagittarius is not built for a cage. You can't put Sagittarius in a cage. That's only going to be bad for everybody. Also, Sagittarius are naturally snobby people. They see themselves as above people. So some of you could be working for people who you just hate. And you feel like, I could do that job. Do it then. If you're such a big boss and a big G, let's see it, because we're all waiting. Okay, so I feel like some Sagittariuses are kind of snobby and they see things as beneath them. Well, if they're beneath you, you better ask yourself why you're there. And if you can do what these people do it then. Right? So, yeah, I think that's the message. But some of you, I think this is maybe Sagittariuses who lack confidence in themselves. I think Sagittarius is a weird sign. Like some of you are very hyper snobby. Some of your past betrayals are coming back to haunt you. Things that you've done is coming back to haunt you, because coming back to what I said, Sagittarius will step on people. I've seen it from the women and the men. You will run all over people, whether it's professionally, whether it's personally. You're good at like the social game, the nice guy, nice woman act, but like I said, maybe that's what this message is, which is karmic retribution, which is that shit. Because I think people are done. They're done being lied to, they're done being betrayed, they're done with fake people. They're done. So, yes, maybe it's your karmic retribution and it comes from the past, because we do have this 5 of Cups. Okay? And we do have this person who feels very betrayed. I feel like some of you, if you're cross-watching for a Sagittarius, this needs to be over. This person's damaging, like they're not good for you. 8 of Wands reversed. This person's not going to... Sagittarius this is, so if you're cross-watching, this Sagittarius is not going to put the effort in, they're not going to expand with you, they're not going to commit to you. Some of you Sagittariuses, it's time to elevate, right? It's time to get out of a job that feels like a torture chamber. That's what I'm getting. So you're in something that's low frequency. The star card could be someone who wants to be a star, they want to be an influencer, they want to be, you know, a good example of this the other day, I was in the supermarket and some of the girls here are gorgeous, right? They could be models, they've got a lot of opportunity visually. And there was this woman and she's walking past this girl and this girl is a beauty, yeah? And this woman had like cellulite and I could see what she was thinking. I could see she was thinking, like, why is she wearing them shorts? You know? And I don't know, it makes me think of Sagittarius because that's what you can be like. Very judgmental, very like snooty. And she worked on the beauty counter. I was like, fuck, that bitch looks like a bitch. Like, but anyway, the point I'm making is maybe some of you feel like people are doing that to you. Because like I said, I think there's two different types of Sagittarius. There's Sagittariuses who are too humble. They don't believe in the power. They don't believe in the potential, right? And it's time to elevate. You don't look down on people. But there's a lot of Sagittariuses that are all about the body. They all want to be better than everyone. They'll play everybody to get to the top of the game. They'll cheat, they'll lie, they'll steal. You just know it's true. And this is not me being a bitch. It's Sagittariuses I've met. It's people I've coached who've talked about Sagittariuses. Like, some of yous are real classless people. Like, bottom, like 3D matrix people. Like, so I do get that for the Sagittariuses who've done this to people, there is karmic retribution that's coming. And it's to do with the past. This could be that you lose a relationship, you lose a job, you lose friends, any kind of lying, cheating is being revealed. And some of it is just you're losing good people. That's the message here. So through someone's behaviour, and for those who are cross-watching, who've went through this trauma at the hands of this Sagittarius, I feel like the win here is that they no longer get access to you. That you're too good for this person. That they don't deserve you. They need to be with social climbers. They need to be with people who cheat, lie, play all kinds of games. They don't deserve you. You're too godly. You're too divine for the devil. Okay, so let's look at the genuine Sagittariuses, and whatever demonic Sagittarius that offends, well, let me just look for the fucks in the ether that I don't care, that I don't give. I'm searching, can't find them, okay? Look, truth is truth. If it pressed the button, you might want to ask yourself why the button's there, okay? So for the genuine Sagittariuses, I feel like it's the other way round. Like I said, some Sagittariuses are very good people. And I feel like you are someone who, you're the one who's been used by maybe this Gemini, this Aquarius, this earth sign. Your skills have been leached off, your talents have been leached off. It's time to elevate. It's time to get out of your victim mentality, your defeatist mentality, and say, okay, once bitten, twice is shy, and not repeat with the same type of people. Some of you need to get back to work as well. The Eight of Pentacles. I feel like someone is being rejected here in love or in career. Or you've watched someone who's demonic get what you feel is yours. Okay? But I feel like with the Eight of Pentacles, this is getting back to work. I'm getting a career or where definitely there's a need to ask friends and family about job opportunities, or there's a need to go in a new financial direction, because I'm actually getting a job that's just really bad. This can create anxiety, depression, but I'm also getting a lot of backbiting, and someone's out to get someone in a job. Six of Wands is leaving. Okay, so this Six of Wands is a person who's leaving. Some of you might feel hurt. You might feel like people gang up on you. You might feel like people don't like you. But I do think a strong message here is to look at why. Do you support other people? Are you good to other people? Or is it all you? Because another criticism for some Sagittariuses is like you can't run after the people who devalue you enough. And then the people who are genuine with you, who care about you, you can't piss on them more than enough. Okay? So I'm not saying this is you, and if you get offended, like I said, you better look at why. Because anybody who this is not in relation to, they're not going to get offended. If you're not someone who runs over people, if you're not someone who social climbs, this is not going to offend you. If it does, you better ask why. Think about it. Because it simply wouldn't engage on your radar. It's like, that's not me. So she's not talking about me. Okay? But like I said, through the years and through coaching other people, Sagittariuses are often in affairs. They'll often fuck people in a job. They act nice to everybody. You can't be nice to everybody. You can't be friends with everybody. That's not how it works. That's fake. Okay? You can have enemies. You can have people who you dislike. Like, people who are always nice to everybody, watch them motherfuckers. Can't be trusted. It's not normal, right? So the point I'm making is, but let's move it to the good stuff. I feel like the good stuff is all about moving forward, liberating yourself, finding the people who represent what you represent, getting out of toxic work environments, people who are constantly competing, becoming your best version. Maybe some of you are learning heavy lessons with this Mercury retrograde in Cancer. So maybe some of you are learning that, actually, I have not been the nicest person. I haven't been the best version. And that's what maturity is. Maturity is where you can acknowledge that you haven't really treated people as good as you should have. That you want to be a better person. That you have run over people. That you have hurt people. That's what growth is. That you got wrapped up in the matrix, that you got wrapped up in money, that you got wrapped up in yourself. It's looking people in the face who you've betrayed or hurt and apologising. But people don't want to do that, right? They want to just get offended. Good luck to you then. Same as maybe if it's cross-watching, maybe that's how you feel about these people. So some of you might be waiting on a call or an apology because the energy is reversed. Okay, some of you, I'm going to be honest, like if your moon is in Sagittarius or your Venus, through things you've done in your past, there could be karma in the present in your own connection. That's what people don't understand. When you do things, you might be over it, but the universe is not over it. It has a long memory. You know? So it's people who run all over people, do bad shit to people, and then say, oh, it's a new me, it's a new version. It's like, oh, great. And for a while, they might get away with it, but eventually everything has to be corrected. And, you know? So, right. Another message for you this week is about moving away from what's low. Because with the star, this is all about moving into high frequency. It's thinking about your legacy, connection, humanity, how you're impacting humanity, how you're we're all creating a collective darkness, or we're creating a collective light. Are you the light or are you the dark? If you looked at your behaviour and what you're up to and what you're doing, do you belong to the light or do you belong to the dark? Okay? So this is quite deep and profound, this read. What I would say for the Sagittariuses who the memory, doesn't fail them, do a karma cleanse. Reach out to people, ask for forgiveness. Apologise. Say sorry. Because what that does is it shows God and it shows the universe that you're serious, that you're beyond ego, that you can acknowledge that you messed up, people, and that you fucked up, and, you know. I do think for some of you, I love this, I'm getting like tingles, I'm getting a person who just wants to be a good person. They want to win, and they want to help other people win. I'm getting a person who's changing. This can be people who were drug addicts, or these were people who were very lost in life. This can be Sagittarius men who've done some pretty bad things. But they want to now take the rest of their life and do good things, you know, to kind of not make up for it, but just because you've went to the dark, you've seen what's there, you know, and now you want to, you know, lead other people to the light, lead them in the right direction. So this is going to the light, okay? Some of you are in some very bad things, and I mean, there's death threats here, there's every type of thing you can think of, gang stalking, over drinking, you know. I heard like somebody needs to, if they want to avoid a catastrophe, they need to clean up their act. King of Pentacles with the Hermit reversed and the Two of Swords. I also feel like if you don't want to lose a person, or maybe the person is yourself, then it's really about healing and acknowledgement. But also, if you don't want to lose a person, it's about changing your behaviour. Some of you, the anxiety and the stress is coming from that you're holding on to somebody who is not going to give you a long-term future. Like, this person's not going to commit to you. King of Pentacles with the Hermit, Virgo. So you've got to look at that a lot of people are either dealing with the demonic or they are the demonic. So some of you could be dealing with a demonic masculine or dealing with demonic people. These people are causing you a lot of anxiety. There could be people in an environment like these people are a problem. But being in fear is not good for you, so you'd have to find a way to deal with these people. Some of you, it's all coming from a masculine that you're holding on to who just doesn't care. I honestly get that someone in this reading, whether it be you or them, is beyond soul. They're soulless. They don't care what they do to people. And that's another thing that people don't understand. You know, I think when you're someone who's got compassion and you're a good person, you believe that all people are like that. But some people on this earth are just beyond. There's no heart, there's no soul, there's nothing, you know? And your naivety can get you into some pretty bad places if you believe that there is. So some of you need to protect yourself in Five of Swords. Nasty, beyond soul, people who defeat people, people who walk all over people. Some of you Sagittariuses, you could be begging this person, but this person is messed up. Remember, we talked about naivety. And for those who are cross-watching for the Sagittarius, like I said, these motherfuckers can be soulless, and I don't care who I offend. I think a lot of people would attest to that. I feel like Sagittariuses can spend a lot of the lifetime trapped in the 3D matrix, running after goals, body, visual, people pleasing. They can be very fake, very, very lower educated. They don't do the work to elevate beyond the 3D. They're so wrapped up in the appearance and they're trying to prove something. And for the cross watchers, that's what I'm getting. You've kind of went right into this truck. Freeway train. It's like a freeway train. But I think you need to leave this person behind. Because there is a truth to that. Nobody is a victim. If you keep going back to this person, if you keep begging this person, if you keep tolerating this person's going to keep doing that behaviour. So there's a lot here. There's a lot. But I feel like someone needs to change the behaviour. I mean, they really do. Someone is very primal. That's what the strength card is about. Like, someone is very, like, they're like a beast. So this can be people who are stuck in the primal. People who are stuck in the primal often, especially if they dominate other people, it's out of fear. Some of it's appetite, they enjoy it. Some people love to just fucking kill people and destroy them. Like, get to the dick hard. No joke. They're just nasty. I feel like they like to see weaker people. They see it as funny. Watching you torture yourself, like it's like fun for them. Very dark shit. But honestly, like some people are like that. So for those who are cross-watching or Sagittarius who are dealing with this, like you are dealing with a beast, you're not dealing with a woman, you're not dealing with a man, you're dealing with someone who's in a dark night of the soul, you're dealing with someone who's in a very destructive state, you're dealing with someone who doesn't give a fuck who they hurt, who they destroy. Could be you. Maybe some of you maybe this was your version in the past, maybe this is not to do with who you are now, maybe this was who you was in the past. And maybe it's making a comeback with the Mercury retrograde in Cancer. But for some of you, that's what I would say for the ones who want to elevate, they're starting to connect with the divinity. Karma cleanse. For the ones who are cross-watching, dealing with this beast, you've got to do a cord cutting. You've got to cut the cord. It's leeching off your energy. It's a beast. That's what beasts do. They look for prey. They look for the weak, the vulnerable, right? Okay, so there's no victims here, okay? And, the other side of the coin is when we encounter beasts, whether it be a pack of beasts, whether it be an individual beast, they teach us about our beast. There's only so much fear until you'll just hit the end. That's it. So there's only so much fear until a person will just be beyond fear. And maybe the person you're dealing with, that's what I'm getting, or if this is you, this is a person who's been deeply traumatized, so they've seen a lot within their life that has traumatized them. So it's really coming from trauma and desensitization. So if you think of people who grow up in the Middle East, they see a lot of war, they're very desensitized to seeing heads cut off and people dead, and because they've seen it. So the point I'm making is, but some of you, there's definitely the need for caution here, but I'm also getting that this is past stuff. Like I'm actually getting that that's what this is. This is a person who's ready to heal. For some of you might get an apology from someone. This is someone who's went into recovery or they're about to go into recovery, and this can be somebody who you're going to be quite shocked when this person reaches out. I feel like this is a person who's going to say, I'm sorry. And you should be open to receiving it. I remember when I was on fashion and there used to be this guy and he used to cause all these problems for me. He was a Gemini. Geminis can be nasty bastards as well. They just got called out. But yeah, I remember he was just horrible. He'd just make drama out of nowhere. And one day I said to him, don't you ever fucking speak to me again. Again. And he was like, well, we're on the same course. I said, I don't give a shit. Don't ever speak to me again. And I did not speak to that guy for the whole year. Not one word. When you fuck with my dark side, you better be ready. And I graduated. I had my little cap on. I had my little cloak on. And, I was so happy. And I remember he reached out and he said, Elisa, I just want to say I'm sorry for the way that I treated you. I was just acting stupid. I don't even know why I was acting like that. He said, I just want to apologise. And I also want to say you looked amazing. And I feel like emotionally, because I think it's power. I think there's so many people in trauma, and it's because they never got that apology. They never got that person who reached out and said, I fucked you over. I treated you badly. And what that can do to a person to heal them is crazy. But people are so egotistical that they'd rather hold on to their ego than give someone relief and healing. It's bad. But I respected him so much for doing that. Because Geminis, we're the same. We're the same. With that 5 of Swords, we've got, some of us might be dealing with the Gemini, we've got a very bad dark side. We can be very egotistical, we can be very dark. And that's what it's about. It's about the collective owning the darkness. And for those who watch this reading and get offended by it, it just means you've got deeper work to do. You've got a lot of work to do. And maybe you'll never do it. But you'll never have true human connection. You'll never have divinity. You'll never have love. So stay down. Keep thinking you're laughing at everyone because you're not. The joke's on you, right? But I love this for some of you because I feel like some of you are starting to see that you're also not a victim. But some of you was a victim. And I feel like someone has come to the senses. This is a deep, deep read. And I feel like someone's come to the senses, and this person acknowledging what they did is so healing. It's so powerful, you know? So, but some of you, this is not the best read, I'm going to be honest. It really does come down to healing your past, and it does come down to acknowledging your darkness, and it does come down to, are you the dark or are you the light? Are you the reason why the devil's running supreme in humanity, or are you the light? Which one? Because everyone's out here projecting on everyone else, talking about this, that and the other, but none of them look in the fucking mirror. So, I do get for some of you, like I said, that apology is coming. On a lighter note, I couldn't make that reading light because it was too dark, but whatever. Someone needed that message, even if it's one person and it changes their life, so be it. If the rest get mad, okay, so be it. Who gives a fuck? And I really mean it when I say that. I'm not here to pacify you here. I'm not here to water shit down because your ego's offended. This is called Elisa Jane Tarot. The door's the way you came in. You can comment. You can talk. I don't care. 2024 has been too much for everyone. We don't care. The real ones were done. We just don't care. Okay? Okay, on a serious note, for some years it's all about moving forward. 2025, you want it to be different, which means you can't be in these environments of these demons. Like, they're never going to change. A lot of them won't change. You're waiting for apologies you'll never get. You know? People will do all kinds of dirty shit to you and then act like a smile to your face. So some of you, the best thing you can do is get your shit and leave. Okay? Don't try to change this person. If they've showed you that the violence is domestic violence, if it's a company, if it's a group of people, leave. Leave the location, leave the job, leave the person. Okay? If you're cross-watching, leave. Don't try to change. Like I said, some people are so dark, they're so gone. Leave. Unless you want to match their shadow, you will never win that fight. Okay? So, leave. If you don't want to be stuck in toxicity and darkness and all of this sludgy, dirty energy in 2025, leave. Maybe the apology will come in time. Hopefully these people elevate. Hopefully they wake up. But we're not waiting for that. We're not going to be out here negotiating with demons. That's what people are doing. They're negotiating with people who are deeply radicalised, deeply traumatised, deeply dark. You're not going to win that fight. And I know this through the dark night of my soul, where I mean, I still, like, if someone come to kill me, I'll kill them. And I wouldn't have said that in the past. But if you came to kill me, I'll kill you. I wouldn't hesitate. And it also comes from my dark night of the soul. Some of you might be in your dark night of the soul, or you might be dealing with someone who's in a dark night of the soul. And when you go into a dark night of the soul, you're very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. Because that's you going into a dark night of the soul, or watching a person in the dark night of the soul, is seeing the beast of man. And humans are beasts. And someone is in that, or you're in that. And, you know, another message for those who are in it, you can reach out for coaching if you want to, because I'm very good at it. I understand it. But you can also go to a trauma coach. You can go to a therapist. Like, get help. Don't sit in it. You know? Because you've got to be gangster to be able to deal with that alone. And I managed to regulate myself, but it was dark. And I've still got that. I like the fact that I'm dark in my character, because it means I'm able to deal with darkness and see darkness. But it's, when you're going through that experience, if you don't understand it, it's deeply, deeply scary. Very scary. Okay, for you and for everyone who comes into contact with you because you're in a dangerous place, or if it's another person and you can sense it. But we need an integrated shadow. We need darkness. I mean, we do. Because otherwise you pray. So maybe use watching for this dark person. You need to embrace your darkness, because that's how you deal with the dark. You know, some of you it with dark, you need to think about what you're doing. You know, I had to be very careful in my dark night of the soul, because if you'd have even, I'd have killed you. I'd have killed you, honestly. But everyone goes through the midlife crisis. Everyone goes through the dark night of the soul. Everyone's got darkness. You know, we're beasts, and then we create ourselves into man, right? So some years this could be deep healing, you know, power. Okay, so I don't know where this reading was going, but hopefully the people who got to the end, you enjoyed it. Like the video, comment if you want to join the community. We're going to be talking about all of these type of subjects on the community. £10 a month at this time. There's deep coaching for those who really want to heal and do the work. It's amazing. There's face-to-face, Yearlies, the whole shebang. I feel like now's the time to start preparing for 2025 and say 2025 is going to be a different year. You know, but you've got to want it. And I think it's time to clear out the old, end relationships, leave jobs, and start to kill the old version. I'll speak to you soon.